Welcome back to Chasing Greater Gems. I have my beautiful hand model showing you my new submission to SGC. So I decided to go with some non-typical like trading card game cards for Pokemon, like some things that CGC doesn't accept at this point, and it would pretty be like cost prohibitive to send to PSA. Because I just heard, if it's right, they lowered the prices from $150 to $100, but still would be very cost prohibitive. So the first one I'm going to send is this Alakazam. It's a 1997, 1996 Bandai Carddass card. If you look at the front, it is pretty clean. I'll take that. Pretty clean. And the edges are pretty clean. The back, still pretty clean. This is actually on a speck of dust caught. As these cards go, being so old, I actually think that's an actual pretty clean. Thank you. This is a Topsun, also I think 1996, if I remember right. 1995. But I don't know if that's actually technically correct. The date seems strange. This is actually a blueback version. This is the first printed version. There's one that's even more rare that has no number. I have a slabbed no number Hypno, but I just thought these are really cool cards, and I haven't had a chance to send these in. You know, CGC doesn't accept them. Same thing here. This is a greenback though, so I got one of each. And then I went with let's look at these over though. Let's look at these over. Pretty clean on the corners. Pretty clean on the corners. Both, and then you flip them over to the back. Not so bad. So the thing with these, they're very soft cards, so you have to look for dents. And I looked these over. I didn't see any dents. But the back is also kind of like not just soft, but almost like a fuzzy in a lot of ways. So like if you look up here, a little bit of corner damage on the blue. But these things are so old. You know, I'm willing to accept that. It's going to be very hard to, you have to buy a lot of issues of this. It'd be very hard to find, or a lot of cards of this. It'd be very hard to find something that's in a better quality than that. What's the best one I had? I'm going to send in this 2001, I think, Surfing Pikachu. This is a freaking 20-year-old card at this point. I think this is in pretty darn good condition. If you look, the centering looks pretty good, maybe slightly fatter at the bottom than the top. Slightest bit of whitening maybe in this corner here, but for a 20-year-old card, it's not all that bad. Surfing Pikachu, I think it's cool to compare these two, the color differences. This is actually the reprint from 2016, which is your Evolutions. It's actually pretty cool, pretty clean. But unfortunately, like I think the print quality from this to this actually went down. Like for a 20-year-old card that stayed in pretty good condition. This is not worth a whole lot, but it's a pretty cool card. And for me, it'd just be something to add to my own collection as a timepiece. This is the Grand Prix, or Illustrator Grand Prix Charizard. So somebody actually drew this and won a competition to get this turned into a card. But there's a ton of these floating out there. I really am shooting for a 10 on this. I really tried. You know what? I might end up switching this out, because now that I'm taking a second look at it, I think it's fat. Like the off center from left to right. It's good from top to bottom. So I'm going to put this to the side. I might find another card to replace that with, because I have a couple of those. And then the final one is a Squirtle. Once again, a 96, 97 Bandai Carddass. So it always sounds funny saying that, but it's Carddass. So Carddass card. This one is pretty clean as well. I just wanted to get a feel for how SGC grades. I think I had those in the last submission, but grades these kind of cards, because there's something that you cannot get through CGC at this point. So I will send these off. Today is Saturday. Probably by Monday I'll have these in the mail. The turnaround time is I think 30 to 45 working days. So hopefully it'll stagger with the last one. I'll have this submission back. My CGC submission, it's been stuck in waiting for grading for months at this point, and it'll most likely be mid next year till end of next year before I ever get any of that back. So this is something I'm doing in the meantime, with things that I could not send to CGC. So it's been crazy. Chasing Greater Gems. Thank you. Until next time.